Hello everybody, we continue reading the book Kafka on the Shore by Haruki Murakami. Старик-японец спасает кошечку Гома, убивает при этом Джонни Уока. Джонни Уока – ловец кошечек и котов, который имеет печальную славу издевателя над животными, возвращает кошечку Гома домой к величайшей радости детишек и всей семьи, и после этого идет в полицию и признается в убийстве. Let's listen, let's repeat, and let's enjoy reading.
Thank you, Nakata said and sat down.
Thank you, Nakata said and sat down. Спасибо, сказал Наката и присел.
Back held straight, hands resting in his lap, he looked straight at the officer.
Back held straight, hands resting in his lap, he looked straight at the officer. Он сидел прямо, руки лежали на коленях и смотрел прямо на офицера полиции.
So what you're saying is, you killed somebody?
So what you are saying is, you killed somebody? Итак, вы говорите, что кого-то убили?
Yes, Nakata killed a person with a knife.
Yes, Nakata killed a person with a knife. Да, Наката убил человека ножом.
Just a little while ago, Nakata admitted frankly.
Just a little while ago, Nakata admitted frankly. Совсем некоторое время тому назад Наката искренне признался.
The young officer took out a form, glanced at the clock on the wall, and noted down the time and the statement about a knifing.
The young officer took out a form, glanced at the clock on the wall, and noted down the time and the statement about a knifing. Молодой офицер достал форму для заполнения, посмотрел на часы на стене и показал время в форме, когда было совершено преступление.
I'll need your name and address.
I'll need your name and address. Мне понадобится ваше имя и адрес.
My name is Satoru Nakata, and my address is just a moment.
My name is Satoru Nakata, and my address is... Меня зовут Сатора Наката, и мой адрес...
What characters do you write your name with?
Just a moment. What characters do you write your name with? Одну секундочку. А вы с какими буквами пишете ваше имя?
I don't know about characters.
I don't know about characters. Я ничего не знаю о буквах.
I'm sorry, but I can't write or read either.
I'm sorry, but I can't write or read either. Извините, но я не могу писать и не могу читать также.
The officer frowned.
The officer frowned. Офицер нахмурился.
You're telling me you can't read at all?
You are telling me you can't read at all. Вы мне говорите, что совсем не умеете читать?
You can't even write your name?
You can't even write your name. Вы даже не можете написать ваше имя?
That's correct.
That's correct. Да, это так.
Until I was 9, I could read and write.
Until I was 9, I could read and write. До того возраста, когда мне исполнилось 9, я мог читать и писать.
But then there was an accident, and after that I can't.
But then there was an accident, and after that I can't. Но в 9-летнем возрасте произошел несчастный случай. После этого я не могу ни писать и ни читать.
Nakata's not too bright.
Nakata's not too bright. И у меня потерялось ясное представление.
The officer sighed and laid down his pen.
The officer sighed and laid down his pen. Офицер вздохнул и положил ручку на стол.
I can't fill out the form if I don't know how your name is written.
I can't fill out the form if I don't know how your name is written. Я не могу заполнить эту форму, если не знаю, как правильно пишется ваше имя.
I apologize.
I apologize. Я прошу прощения.
Do you have any family?
Do you have any family? А семья у вас есть?
Nakata's all alone.
Nakata's all alone. Нет, Наката живет один.
I have no family.
I have no family. У меня нет семьи.
And no job.
And no job. У меня нет работы.
I live on a subsidy from the governor.
I live on a subsidy from the governor. Я живу на субсидию губернатора.
It's pretty late, and I suggest you go on home.
It's pretty late, and I suggest you going home. Вы знаете, довольно поздно уже. Идите домой.
Go home and get a good night's sleep, and then tomorrow, if you remember something, come and see me again. We can...
Go home and get a good night's sleep. And then, tomorrow, if you remember something, come and see me again. Идите домой, хорошо выспитесь. И завтра, если вы что-то вспомните, приходите ко мне снова.
Talk then.
We can talk then. И тогда мы сможем с вами поговорить.
The policeman was nearing the end of his shift and wanted to finish up all his paperwork before he went off duty.
The policeman was nearing the end of his shift and wanted to finish up all his paperwork before he went off duty. У полицейского практически подходило к концу время его смены, и он хотел закончить всю бумажную работу перед концом смены.
He promised to meet a fellow officer for a drink at a nearby bar when he got off.
He'd promised to meet a fellow officer for a drink at a nearby bar when he got off. И он обещал другу полицейскому вместе посидеть в баре, когда закончит работу.
So the last thing he wanted to do was waste time talking to some crazy old coot.
So the last thing he wanted to do was waste time talking to some crazy old coot. И ему меньше всего хотелось бесцельно сейчас проводить время с каким-то выжившим из ума стариком.
But Nakata gave him a harsh look and shook his head.
But Nakata gave him a harsh look and shook his head. Но Наката посмотрел на него сурово и покачал головой.
No, sir. Nakata wants to tell everything while he still remembers it.
No, sir. Nakata wants to tell everything while he still remembers it. Нет, господин. Наката хочет рассказать вам все, пока он это еще помнит.
If I wait until tomorrow, I might forget something important.
If I wait until tomorrow, I might forget something important. Если я буду ждать до завтра, возможно, я что-то забуду.
Nagata was in the empty plot of land in the Tuchome section.
Nakata was in empty lot in the Tuchome section. Наката находился на заброшенном лоте в районе второй секции.
The Koizumis had asked me to find their missing cat, Goma.
The Koizumis had asked me to find their missing cat, Goma. И семья Коизуми попросила меня найти пропавшую кошечку Гома.
Then a huge black dog appeared out of the blue and took me to a house.
Then a huge black dog suddenly appeared and took me to a house. Затем огромная черная собака откуда-то взялась и повела меня в дом.
A big house with a big gate and a black car.
A big house with a big gate and a black car. Большой дом с большими воротами и черной машиной.
I don't know the address.
I don't know the address. Я не знаю адреса.
I've never been to that part of town before.
I've never been to that part of town before. Я никогда в этом районе города не был раньше.
But I'm pretty sure it's in Nakano Ward.
But I'm pretty sure it's in Nakano Ward. Но я довольно уверен, что это район Nakano Ward.
Inside the house was a man named Johnny Walker who had on a funny black hat.
Inside the house was a man named Johnny Walker who had on a funny kind of black hat. Внутри дома жил человек по имени Джонни Уоркер, и он носил смешную черную шляпу.
Very high sort of hat.
A very high sort of hat. Высокая такая черная шляпа.
In the fridge in the kitchen there were rows of cats' heads.
Inside the refrigerator in the kitchen there were rows of cats' heads. И внутри холодильника на кухне были целые ряды кошачьих голов.
About 20 or so, I'd say.
About 20 or so, I'd say. Примерно 20, я бы сказал.
He collects cats, cuts off their heads with a saw, and eats their hearts.
He collects cats, cuts off their heads with a saw and eats their hearts. Он коллекционирует котов, после этого отрезает им головы пилой и ест их сердца.
He's collecting the cat's souls to make a special kind of flute.
He's collecting the cat's souls to make a special kind of flute. Он коллекционирует кошачьи души для того, чтобы сделать специальную флейту.
And then he's going to use that flute to collect people's souls.
And then he's going to use that flute to collect people's souls. И после этого он хочет этой флейтой коллекционировать человеческие души.
Right in front of Nakata, Johnny Walker killed Mr. Kawamura with a knife.
Right in front of Nakata, Johnny Walker killed Mr. Kawamura with a knife. И прямо перед глазами Накаты Джонни Уоркер убил кота Кавамуру ножом.
And several other cats.
And several other cats. И несколько других кошек.
He cut open their stomachs with a knife.
He cut open their stomachs with a knife. Он разрезал им животы.
He was going to kill Goma and Mimi too.
He was going to kill Goma and Mimi too. И он собирался убить кошечек Гома и Мими тоже.
But then Nakata used a knife to kill Johnny Walker.
But then Nakata used a knife to kill Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker said he wanted Nakata to kill him.
Johnny Walker said he wanted Nakata to kill him. Джонни Уокер сказал, что Наката должен его убить. Он хотел бы, чтобы Наката его убил.
But I didn't mean to kill him.
But I didn't plan to kill him. Но я не хотел его убивать.
I've never killed anybody before.
I've never killed anybody before. Я никого прежде не убивал.
I just wanted to stop Johnny Walker from killing any more cats.
I just wanted to stop Johnny Walker from killing any more cats. Я просто хотел остановить Джонни Уокера от убийства других кошек.
But my body wouldn't listen.
But my body wouldn't listen. Но мое тело не хотело меня слушать.
It did what it wanted.
It did what it wanted. И мое тело сделало то, что оно хотело.
I picked up one of the knives there and stabbed Johnny Walker 2 times.
I picked up one of the knives there and stabbed Johnny Walker 2 times. Я схватил один из ножей там и пырнул Джонни Уокера дважды.
Johnny Walker fell down, covered with blood, and died.
Johnny Walker fell down, all covered with blood, and died. Джонни Уокер упал на пол, весь покрытый кровью, и умер.
Nakata got all bloody then too.
Наката got all bloody then too. И Наката тогда тоже был весь в крови.
I sat on the sofa and must have fallen asleep.
I sat down over the sofa and must have fallen asleep. Я сел на софу и, должно быть, заснул.
When I woke up, it was the middle of the night, and I was back in the empty plot of land.
When I woke up, it was the middle of the night, and I was back in the empty lot. Когда я проснулся, я находился на заброшенном лоте. Это была середина ночи.
Mimi and Goma were beside me.
Mimi and Goma were beside me. Кошечки Мими и Гома были рядом со мной.
That was just a while ago.
That was just a while ago. И это было совсем недавно.
Nakata took Goma back, got some grilled aubergine and vinegared cucumbers from Mrs. Koizumi, and came directly here.
Nakata took Goma back, got some grilled eggplants and vinegared cucumbers from Mrs. Koizumi, and came directly here. Наката отнес кошечку Гома к хозяевам, взял жареного баклажана и маринованных огурчиков от семьи Коизуми и пошел сюда прямо сразу.
And I thought I'd better report to the governor right away.
And I thought I'd better report to the governor right away. И мне кажется, надо сразу же об этом сообщить губернатору.
Tell him what happened.
Tell him what happened. И сказать ему, что произошло.
Nakata sat up straight through this whole recitation.
Наката sat up straight through this whole recitation. Наката сидел прямо в течение всего этого рассказа.
And when he'd finished, he took a deep breath.
And when he'd finished, he took a deep breath. И когда он закончил рассказ, он глубоко вздохнул.
He'd never spoken this much in one spurt in his life.
He'd never spoken this much in one spurt in his life. Он никогда так долго не говорил за один раз в своей жизни.
He felt drained.
He felt completely drained. И он чувствовал полное опустошение.
So please report this to the governor, he added.
So please report this to the governor, he added. Пожалуйста, сообщите об этом губернатору, он добавил. Well, that's all for today. I hope you liked it, you practiced English, you listened to a great narrator, and I hope you enjoyed the story by itself. So, see you next time. Goodbye.